Hello my friends, Virus here. It has now been nearly a month since the Switch 2's reveal, and it's given me a lot of ideas for videos. I mean, if you couldn't tell. And if you've been around my channel in the last couple of months, you will know that I made a video stating what I think my perfect launch year for the Switch 2 would look like. Now, this video did come out before the Switch 2 was officially revealed, and since then, I've kind of wanted to go back and revise it a little bit. I will say right now, a lot of ideas from that video will be reused in this one. Heck, maybe all of them, I'm not quite sure. But without further ado, let's dive into my new perfect launch year for the Switch 2. And it starts off with one that maybe you aren't expecting right away. I bet you're expecting me to say Mario Kart 9. And while that is on the list, that is not the first one I thought of. It is actually a pack-in game that will come with the Switch 2, or possibly come with the Switch 2. I'm not saying any of this is definite, besides Mario Kart 9, because it was shown off after all. But I think a pack-in game with the Switch 2 would be a perfect way to keep us busy at launch. Just a game that shows off what the Switch 2 can do and how it will perform and all the new gimmicks that come with it. In my eyes, it would be very similar to Nintendo Land for the Wii U, and heck, maybe they'll just call it Nintendo Land 2. That'd be cool. Next up on the list is, of course, you guessed it, Mario Kart 9, or whatever they choose to call it. As I stated earlier, this was revealed alongside the Switch 2, as it was shown being played on the Switch 2, and I think it will be the best-selling game for the Switch 2 this year, and maybe even ever, because it's Mario Kart, and everyone loves Mario Kart. And I'm excited to see what they do to, spice up the gameplay. I do believe I saw a Wonder Seed, and Game Explain's even wondering, would they do, gas as a mechanic? I don't know how that would work as a mechanic, but that would be maybe cool. Who knows? Next up on the list is a brand new 3D Mario. Whether it's Mario Odyssey 2, maybe something completely original. And I don't know how likely this is, but I would love to see Super Mario Galaxy 3. I don't know how they would pull that off, because Galaxy 2 is a retelling of Galaxy 1. So by that logic, Galaxy 3 would be a retelling of Galaxy 2, which is a retelling of Galaxy 1. So retellingception. Thank you, Microsoft Edge. But in my opinion, any new 3D Mario will definitely sell some consoles this year, if they choose to do it, of course. Next up on the list is a new 3D Zelda. Now, this one's a little bit trickier than a new 3D Mario, mainly because Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom exist. And considering how soon it's been since Tears of the Kingdom, I'm not sure that they could feasibly give us something of that caliber again this soon. And considering Breath of the Wild was in development from 2013 to 2017 when it released, I think it's safe to say that we won't get a full big brand new big scale Zelda game anytime soon. So who knows, maybe this is the year that they will give us ports of Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD. That'd be pretty cool, especially with how much of a meme that's become with how much people have wanted it on the Switch. But yeah, just any big 3D Zelda, or maybe even a 2D one, even though that seems more unlikely because we just got Echoes of Wisdom last year, literally months ago. But really just any new Zelda would be very cool. And I think that would definitely be a good fit for the first year of the Switch 2. Next up on the list is a brand new Animal Crossing. It has nearly been 5 years since the release of Animal Crossing New Horizons, and I think it's time for something fresh. Maybe Animal Crossing isn't really launch year material, but you'd be surprised with how many people I know that exclusively play Animal Crossing on their Switch. That, or they just play it when I'm online. But I definitely think Animal Crossing New Horizons has run its course, and I think it's time for a brand new Animal Crossing game. Especially with how popular Animal Crossing New Horizons was, I definitely think that this would push out some units. Next up on the list is Pokemon Legends ZA. You know it, you love it, you're excited for it, I think. And I am pretty confident that this will be a Switch 2 game, not a Switch 1 game, because if you don't know, when it was revealed, it only said releasing worldwide in 2025. It did not specify what console it was going to come to. And of course, that alone sparked rumors that Nintendo was working on a new console, but considering the release date hasn't changed yet, I'm gonna assume that it's still coming in 2025, and I think that's gonna be a very good game to have in the first year of the Switch 2, because it's Pokemon. Pokemon sells, and everyone likes Pokemon, or at least a lot of people like Pokemon. It's the highest grossing media franchise of all time, so assuming it doesn't get delayed into next year, it'll be a very good game to have in the first year of the Switch 2. Next up on the list is Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. And if you don't know about Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, it was in development for the past 7 years before it got a reveal. And in between that time, it actually got scrapped and given to Retro Studios by Nintendo. They weren't happy with the product, they gave it to Retro Studios, and I think that was a very good decision because when they revealed it, it looked incredible. And again, assuming it doesn't get delayed into 2026, I think that will be a very, very good game to have in the first year of the Switch 2. It looks massive, it looks fun, it looks action-packed, and honestly, I feel like it has the power to sell quite a few units. especially with how long we've been waiting for this game. It did say in the reveal that it was coming to the Switch, but maybe that will change, or maybe it'll be like a cross-gen release. And even if it isn't and it releases on the Switch 1, like we still can play Switch 1 games on our Switch 2. But because it will be releasing in the launch year of the Switch 2, I'm counting it on this list, regardless of which console it releases for. Next up on the list is Splatoon 4. Now, this might be a little bit of a stretch, and maybe this is more of a year 2 thing, but with how much I've seen Splatoon fans itching for more content, I feel like this would be a very good first year title, solely because Splatoon fans are always looking for more. I know it hasn't been that long since Splatoon 3, even though this year will mark 3 years since its release, so maybe it isn't that unreasonable to think it might come in the first year. But this is kind of a weird one because I feel like it could come in the first year, but I feel like it's more of a year 2 thing because they want to like save stuff for the second year, so like they don't use up all their best ideas in like the first year, then the second year is boring. But I definitely think the Splatoon fans would be very happy to have another Splatoon game on the Switch 2, especially in the first year. And finally on this list, I would love to see them wrap up this year with a Nintendo Direct showcasing stuff we will be getting in 2026, including a new Smash Bros. This year will mark 7 years since Smash Ultimate, and I think it's time. I think it'll definitely be a challenge to top Smash Ultimate in terms of content and just the insane roster, but I think Nintendo fans would be very, very excited about a new Smash Bros. I certainly would. I love Smash Brothers. I don't play it as much anymore, of course, just because I'm playing other games, but I think wrapping up the year saying that a new Smash Brothers is on the way would be perfect. I mean, who knows? We might even get a Smash Bros. This year. I highly doubt it. But if we got just confirmation that there was one on the way, that would be enough for me. And yeah, that's the video. But what does your perfect launch year for the Switch 2 look like? Let me know down in the comments. Right now, I do want to announce that I am going to be doing a predictions video for the Switch 2 Direct, and that should come up either later this week or next week. So if you don't want to miss that, I would highly recommend subscribing so you don't miss it, or any Switch 2 video that I do in the future. And yeah, just thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, and be sure to subscribe and hit that bell so you never miss any virus content, or my next Switch 2 video. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Virus out.